No, I don't. But that may be what I have.
Yeah.
An email this morning from the other clerk.
Are you ready to check in, Council?
Yes, Roger Freeman checking in with Mr. Zuccarina Abduniji.
That's the defendant's name? Mr. Farina,
Yes, ma'am.
what is your client's last name again?
Abduniji, Abdonige.
All right.
First name Zuccarina.
Mr. Farina, who is Attorney Kowalski? Are you retained?
Oh no, he's not on the case. I am.
Okay, so what's your P number?
P 62269.
62669.
No. P 62269.
I'm saying something wrong.
Good morning, Madam Clerk.
Who are you checking in for?
I'm checking in on Canova Road. This is Lillian Diallo.
You saying Groves?
Rhodes, Rhodes.
Groves. You have a case number?
Oh, well, you know what? I think this might have been a control date for the judge. This is my client that was pregnant, so it's not on my docket. It's not on my docket. So I'll try later, okay? Because it doesn't show up on the docket sheet at all.
You want me to look it up for you?
Could you? Oh, okay. Well, I guess I could find you a case number then.
Okay, so what's the, you say Rhodes?
Rhodes.
And first name?
Canova, Kanova. I think.
This says that it's scheduled for an exam January 29th.
All right. Yeah, yes. I think the judge just wanted to come back because she's expected. So I'm working on getting a letter for her in. Okay, I'm off to do some polling things. Everybody take care, stay safe.
All right, you too.
Bye.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. This is Carolyn Marsh checking in on Marlo Simmons.
I'm still waiting on my lawyer. Was he coming in this morning? It's supposed to. All right. 11:30, waiting for me in Zoom. Yeah.
They're talking.
Yeah, all right.
Now,
I changed it to your name.
this first, but he's a customer, so as soon as he gets deal all the time. Calling case number 20612.
I just muted him.
Oh, thank you. Calling case number 2061203, People versus Rayshard Dockery. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. You also have a conviction of a felony with a motor vehicle advisory, and this matter is up for a proper cause hearing.
Morning, Your Honor. Andrew Moggs, EP number 69568, on behalf of Mr. Dockery, who's on the Zoom.
Dockery, state your name for the record, please.
Sorry, doctor.
Dockery, do you have video?
It's not working at the moment.
All right. What's your pleasure, counsel?
Judge, I need a preliminary exam date.
One.
April 29th at 11:15.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Counselor, do you have discovery?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Yes, you said 11:15.
Yes, ma'am.
Calling case number 2056707, People versus Donovan McKinney. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon, and this matter is up for a proper cause hearing. Should be up there, yeah. Ms. Curry?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here. My client is here also.
Okay, your case has been called.
Okay, Shanetta Franklin appearing on behalf of the people. I just need to locate the file.
And good morning, may it please this honorable court, Sophia Curry, P72103, appearing on behalf of Donovan McKinney, who was also present via Zoom. Mr. McKinney, if you could unmute yourself and please state your name for the record.
I'm here, Donovan McKinney.
And good morning, Your Honor. This matter is set for a preliminary exam at 11:45. Today, I have had a discussion with Mr. McKinney about the limited purpose of a preliminary examination. He also understands that once he waives his right to an examination, that it is a forever waiver. And at this time, he is going to waive his right to a preliminary examination.
All right, Ms. Curry, is this the case you talked about early Monday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, I've been since told that they just recently came out with the new rules regarding the diversion.
Yes.
So, if you need the adjournment to get the diversion, I'll give it to you.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that.
And no objection from the people here.
All right, so that's what you would prefer to do, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
April 29th at 11:30.
Your Honor, if we are granted the diversion, can we come back and earlier if the court has time on its docket?
Yeah. If you decide to do something different, whether it's waive or just, or get the diversion, just contact us and we'll set it up on Zoom.
Okay, thank you very much, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Judge, can I have the time again?
11:30,
And the date, please, sir?
April 29th.
Calling case number 2060631, People versus Charles Murray. Defendant is charged with count 1, assaulting, resisting instruction of a police officer. And this matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Senator Franklin appearing on behalf of the people.
Ronnie Strong appearing on behalf of Mr. Murray. Your Honor, I would waive his appearance for the PCC today.
All right, call the waiver presence for the purpose of today's hearing.
We're asking for a preliminary examination in live, in person.
Thank you. How many witnesses?
Judge, I honestly don't know. I don't have a full file here. Can you tell me what the charges are for this one?
Sure. Got one count, assault and resisting.
Judge,
Yeah, that's
so
it.
one witness.
Not in the hearing, put your system on mute. April 29th.
That's a good date. That's a good date.
It's 11:45.
Counsel, do you have discovery on this?
I do not have discovery. I requested it on October 7th.
Okay, and what is your name again, counsel?
Ronnie Strong. I'm in the Bar Journal.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Calling case 2061217, People versus Sean Cole. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. He also has a conviction of felony with a motor vehicle advisory. This matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Senator Franklin appearing on behalf of the people.
Morning, James Anderson appearing on behalf of Sean Coles. Mr. Coles, will you unmute and state your name for the record? You have to unmute your phone.
My name is Sean Coles.
All right, Mr. Cole, so you'll know in the future, I don't do sweatshirts, I don't do t-shirts in my courtroom.
Oh, I am so sorry, Your Honor.
I need you to listen. A shirt with a collar, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Anderson, what's your pleasure?
Mr. Coles wants to waive his preliminary examination. I explained to him that he had the right to have one where the prosecution has to show probable cause that he committed the offense that he's charged with and it happened in the city of Detroit, and he wants to waive that exam.
Do we have any objection?
No objection.
All right, Mr. Coles, you understand that you have a statutory right to a preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause a crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing it. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No.
You waive your right freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yes.
Do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form and initialing off?
No, I don't.
Ms. Anderson, do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form and initialing off?
No, I don't, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam, that'll be bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be November 18th at 9:00 a.m.
Thank you,
Alright.
Your
Judge,
Thank
what
you.
was that arraignment date again? I'm sorry.
November 18th.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling case number 2061100, People versus Demario Washington. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. He also has a conviction of felony with a motor vehicle advisory. And this matter is up for a private prosecution.
Senator Franklin, appearing on behalf of the people.
Morning, Your Honor. Jonathan Simon, P35596 for Mr. Washington. He is on bond, and I would ask the court to allow me to waive his presence.
For waiver of appearance for the purpose of today's hearing.
Your Honor, this is a PCC. We're asking to have the matter set over for an in-person preliminary examination.
And
April 29th at 12 noon.
I'm sorry, what month?
April.
Yes, April 29th, 12 noon is good.
All right, thank you.
counsel, do you have discovery?
I have the paper. I'm having a problem opening the video. Is it possible I can get that on disk?
No. I can send it to you again.
Thank you.
I need to, we can converse offline. Can I get your name again, counsel?
Jonathan Simon.
That's your-
Jonathan
Sorry, what was the question?
Simon. She wanted your name.
Oh, okay, yeah, P35596. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Calling case number 2060989, People versus Demetrius Mahoney. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. And this matter is up for a public prosecution.
Senator Franklin, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sharon Payne, on behalf of the defendant, Mr. Mahoney, who is present via Zoom. Mr. Mahoney, could you please unmute yourself?
Yes, hi, my name is Demetrius Mahone. Good morning, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Your Honor, we're here for a probable cause conference, and I am going to be writing a letter to the gun board in hopes of securing diversion for my clients. We would like an adjourned PCC date.
During the PCC, they'll set it for exam. They'll be set out far enough that you can,
Okay.
do what you need to do.
All right.
One,
April 30th at 9 o'clock.
That works for the defense.
counsel, do you have discovery?
I have paper, but I was reading through it and it indicates there is dash cam video, which I don't have. If you could send that to me, that would be great.
So I'm looking at the discovery that was sent to you, and paper and video were both sent.
Have a what?
All discovery was emailed to you.
Can you please resend it then? And then I'll try to open the, apparently there was a dash cam and I did not see it.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So April 30th at 9 o'clock, Your Honor, would be great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Good.
Calling case number 2060948, People versus Tylen Smith. Defendant is charged with count 1, possession less than 25 grams of heroin. He also has a commission of a felony with a motor vehicle advisory. This matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Senator Franklin, appearing on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Mallory George, P79861. I'm appearing on behalf of Tyron Smith, who's also present via Zoom. Mr. Smith, tell the court your name, please.
Tyron Smith.
Judge,
Hold on 1 second. Mr. Smith, I don't do sweatshirts. I don't do t-shirts. Shirt with a collar.
Yes, sir.
You have to come back. You have to have one on. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Go ahead, counsel.
Judge, I have advised Mr. Smith of his right to a preliminary examination. At this time, he requests to have that held.
April 30th, 9:30.
That works. Thank you, Judge. We are also, I received paper discovery, but I'm missing digital discovery.
Okay, I'll send you discovery, counsel. I'll email you if video does exist, and I'll follow up with you.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Franklin. And will you be the prosecutor? Should I follow up with you directly with any questions?
I am not the assigned prosecutor. It just depends on the day of the week. But if
Okay.
there's a question you have today or tomorrow, I can still reach out to me. I'll respond. What is your name again, counsel?
Mallory George.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep, you're welcome.
All right. Thank you, Judge. Everybody take care.
Thank you, too.
Mr. Smith, you can log off.
Oh, you know what, counsel? Attorney George, I have a note here. There is no video for this. Did she log off already?
She logged off.
Okay.
No.
What?
Courtroom 439.
Ms. George?
Yes, I'm back, Judge. Sorry.
Okay. Prosecutor said there's no video. She has a note in the file saying there's no video on that case.
You know what? In the investigator's report, the officer makes direct reference multiple times to everything being caught on video. That's what caught my attention about it.
I'll look into it again, but I do have a note that specifically says that there's no video, but I will look into it and inquire with the officer in charge.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me see the wall.
Yeah. Howard and Morgan is on the same case.
Who?
Howard and Morgan. But the attorney for Howard has checked in. You want me to wait until the counsel for Morgan checks in? Do we have counsel for Howard as well as Morgan? Apparently not. All right. Calling case number 2059488, People versus Zakarina. That's Zucarina. Last name Abdonige. Defendant is charged with count 1, assault with intent to do great bodily harm less than murder by strangulation, and count 2, felonious assault. And this matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Roger Farina, P62269, on behalf of Mr. Zucarina Abdonige, who's sitting next to me. Sir, state your name for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Zucarina Abdonige.
Your Honor, we would respectfully set this matter for a preliminary exam and request discovery, which we have not received as yet.
Okay, counsel, are you retained? Because there was another attorney of record who received discovery.
Yeah, I think that's the problem. He was not supposed to receive it. I am retained, and he is a private attorney, but I came in at the arraignment. I filed my appearance and I was present. So I don't know where he came from with it, but I do know him.
Counsel, I need your email address, please.
Roger, R-O-G-E-R dot Farina, F-A-R-I-N as in Nancy, H-A, the number 3 at gmail.com.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it?
One judge.
One.
Thank you, Madam Prosecutor.
You're welcome.
April 30th, 2021 at 10 o'clock.
Thank you very much, Judge.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You too, Judge.
April 20th at 10.
No, April 30th
April 30th.
at 10 o'clock, yeah.
Calling case number 2060983, People versus Marlo Simmons. Was it Simmons? I'm sorry. Simmons, and defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. This matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Senator Franklin, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. Carolyn Chapman Marsh, P31887, on behalf of Mr. Simmons, who I do believe is on the Zoom. Mr. Simmons, if you're on the Zoom, can you please unmute? State your name for the record, please. You have to unmute. We can't hear you.
Marlo Simmons.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Your Honor, I'm going to be doing a gun board letter for Mr. Simmons. So at this point, I would ask for a preliminary exam far enough out to get that taken care of.
Okay, how many witnesses?
One.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
April 30th at 10:15.
That's fine. Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, can you give me a good email to contact the court if Mr. Simmons does get the diversion so we can get on the docket soon?
Yeah, you will contact my clerk. Yeah, it is.
No, unfortunately, she is probably calling.
All right, Ms. Marsh, you have to call back and get it from Kitty. I don't have it written down here. All right?
Okay, I'll call later this afternoon. Okay, and I do have paper discovery.
Calling tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow? Okay.
All right, thank you.
I do have the paper discovery, but I don't have the video, Madam Prosecutor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you, Judge. We're done, Mr. Simmons. You can sign off.
Okay.
Madam Clerk,
Yes.
I believe Attorney Wallace is on Morgan.
So
That's correct.
All right.
So I got a
And that is on Howard.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, give me just a second, because I did not get that.
No, I'm sorry, take your time.
You're not in the hearing, put your system on mute, please. call her out.
Yeah, we can have a moment on that. There was an offer, not the one there. We should take a moment for 15 time.
Okay, what about Pratt? You ready on that one?
I'm not sure, Judge.
Pope, you ready?
I've never had the pleasure of meeting my client.
Oh, well, 9 o'clock, he's not here. You can call Pratt.
Pratt?
You call her.
All right, Judge.
If you find them, you can walk them in.
Calling case number 2058727, People versus Marcellus Pratt. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. This matter is up for an exam.
Shanetta Franklin, appearing on behalf of the people, and the people are ready to proceed, Judge.
Will you take this one?
No, yeah, please, just on the very quick on behalf of Mr. Marcellus Pratt.
All right, Mr. Pratt has failed to appear, taking short, he submitted, to the court that he bonds then 30,000 cash.
So Judge, I guess I just really need to make the record. I have not had the pleasure of meeting him. They provide us with no information other than the name of an individual. I go to the registry, there's no address on the registry. I see that more and more frequently. So I really don't have a way of contacting him in reference to his court date. This matter is a CCW. There is no habitual attached to it. I believe that Mr. Pratt is probably even eligible for the diversion program. But of course, I can't even provide any documentation in reference to that without first having his input.
Right, well, I understand, but you know he has a case. All you have to do is look on the website and get his name. You'll see your name and the report date and it. So, you know, I don't know why he's not here. You know, like I said, if you walk him in, I mean, the other, you know, I know the general rule that he's. Yeah, my point. Video. You know, if you walk him in, I'm gonna get to walk out.
Okay, so the other thing is today I have a 1:30. If I can, he shows up.
I was having to do it, I wasn't. I thought I put myself on, but no, sure.
Okay. All right, thank you.
At some point, the people would request a brief recess. I'd like to call off my legal disability exam that was adjourned.
Law office. Hello?
Back now, the option to do that.
All right. If you're not in the hearing, put your system on mute, please.
In the court hearing, I'm still here, so I can't talk to you now. Sorry. Goodbye.
Madam Clerk, are we waiting for the jail?
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, counsel.
Okay.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. May I check in?
Oh, yes. Who do you have?
Joshua McWeathers.
Madam Clerk,
Yes.
this is Attorney John Scott. I'm here on Marcellus Hunter. We're ready too.
Hunter.
Yes, Marcellus Hunter.
All right.
It's PCC.
No problem. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk,
Yes.
this is Attorney Deborah Schlussel. I was retained recently by Demario Washington. I understand another attorney checked in for him, but I was retained.
Say Washington. Oh, yeah, we've already done it.
You did?
Yes. So it's Mr. Simon, so you have to let Mr. Simon know. But the court date is for an exam.
Do we have an appearance on that?
No. And we need your appearance as well.
All right. Can I email it to you?
Yes.
All right, what is your email address?
It's JUANITA, period, SILLMON,
SILL
MON.
Silman?
Correct. That's what
All
the
right.
yes.
Okay,
At 36districtcourt.org.
all right. And what is the date that you set it for PCC?
It's April the 29th at 12 noon.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the month.
April 29th, 2021
Oh,
at noon.
At noon? Can I ask Madam Clerk why it's so far off?
That's the closest date we got.
Oh, wow, you're booked up. All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. I
That's
appreciate
set for
it.
exam, not PCC. Right.
Oh, all right. Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. I appreciate it.
Good morning, Madam Clerk. This is Gary Anderson, attorney Javon Dixon, who I understand also intends to appear.
I'm sorry, someone was talking to me. Say that one more time.
Sure, Gary Anderson on Javon Dixon. It's a PCC and we'll be demanding a preliminary exam.
You said Javon Dixon?
Yes, DISON.
You have a case number?
Yeah, hold on, I do. It is 20058-71801.
He's supposed to be zoomed in to Judge King's courtroom.
Yeah, I saw it. I thought I saw it in today's docket. I'll go back and double check.
It is, counsel. It's just in Judge King's courtroom. Zoom into 438.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who do I have? Pardon me.
Judge Giles.
Okay, I got to call Mr. Dixon back. Thank you so much.
Madam Clerk,
Yes.
this is Mary Ann Bruder from the prosecutor's office,
Okay.
and I am standing in for Reagan Lake on Lamont Buffington for PCC.
Yes, I'm here on Buffington, and I need
Okay.
discovery.
Okay.
Okay. And we're just waiting on the jail to zoom in, and we'll be ready.
Okay, Mr. Cooper, I'll put your name on the file and make sure that Miss Lake knows to get you the discovery.
Thank you so much.
On Buffington, you say who was the APA?
It's Reagan Lake, but I'm standing in today. Mr. Cooper, she'll email you over the protective order for the kids talk.
Oh, she can sign it.
I believe there is one.
Okay.
Madam Clerk,
Yeah.
Ryan Hill on behalf of Gerard Coleman, who's on. It's a PCC, and we're also ready whenever. Thank you.
We're all coming. Okay. Have you? Calling case number 20. Oh. Okay.
Are you calling Gerard?
All right. You want me to call Gerard?
Yeah.
Okay. You say Gerard?
Yeah, that's the exam, the other exam.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong state.
Judge, sorry to interrupt, but I can waive Mr. Buffington's presence with your permission, get the discovery, and we're gonna need an exam date.
All right.
So call Gerard, Dean Buffington.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Calling case number 2058653, People versus Darius Harrod. Defendant is charged with count 1, possession less than 25 grams of oxycodone. He's an habitual offender, has a second offense notice. He also has a commission of a felony with a motor vehicle advisory, and this matter is up for an exam.
Shanetta Franklin appearing on behalf of the people. The people are ready to proceed. The people, for the record, have extended an offer to opposing counsel.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor. I'm Christopher Sinclair, speaking with on behalf of Mr. Rod, who's present, standing behind me and slightly to my left. Today is the date and time set for preliminary examination. There has been an offer that's extended to my client. He has made the decision to accept that offer, Your Honor. And there's the executed plea form and executed waiver form for this.
All right, so we don't have to do the waiver. The plea, well, let me go through it. The plea is for 1 year. You pleading the 1 count controlled substance use?
Yes, sir.
Statutory maximum is 1 year. That attempt or that?
It doesn't look like a temp, but I can look up the statute on my phone.
All right, I just want to make sure that you got it right. That he's supposed to be pleading to a misdemeanor instead of a felony. People agree to withdraw a habitual second sentence agreement, 12 months probation, and any other conditions set forth by the court.
That's correct, Judge.
Right, so it is correct, it is a 1 year, correct?
Yes, based on what I'm seeing here, Judge, I didn't prepare the plea form, but based on what I'm looking at this from prepared by my colleague, that is correct.
Okay, all right. And your client wishes to avail himself of that, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, state your name, please.
Darius, sir.
Raise your right hand. You swear or affirm, so truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right. So you understand that you have a constitutional right to, or you're giving up certain constitutional rights to trial. You have the right to a trial by judge or jury, you understand that?
Yes.
You give the right to be presumed innocent to proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You have the right to question and confront any witnesses the state has against you, and to use the court's subpoena power to force any witnesses you may have to come to court and testify on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
You also given up the right to remain silent, not have that silence used against you, or the right to testify at your own trial. You understand that?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You understand all these rights I've gone over with you?
Yes, sir.
You got an opportunity to talk to your attorney about all these rights.
Yes, sir.
You freely and voluntarily waive these rights to plead guilty because you are guilty.
Yes, sir.
All right, and the factual basis.
Judge, I'll defer to opposing counsel.
All right.
I guess I assume that person who's going to do it, give me a second to pull up. Before I can do it. Maybe I didn't actually, but that should have taken time to pull it through. Mr. Harrod, on or about July 15th of 2020, were you in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne? Yes. And on that day, did you have in your possession a controlled substance? Yes. And what was that controlled substance? Pills. And was that for your personal use? Yes. All right, defense steps.
Those pills are oxycodone? Those pills for oxycodone?
Yes.
Satisfied, Judge.
All right. Court's going to accept the plea. The matter is going to be referred to the probation department at 3660 Court for a pre-sentence investigation report. We'll come back with sentencing, and it's going to be before Judge Bryant and Ms. Mundat. You got any date?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. It is December the 2nd at 9 a.m.
December the 2nd, 9 o'clock a.m.
Okay.
All right, you got to please wait. You got to give some information. You got to go down to probation here today. Today? Yeah, so they can set up an interview with you.
All right. All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge, I'm relieving my witnesses.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right, you too, now, take care.
Thank you.
Were we going to do Buffington?
Yes,
Yeah.
Mr. Cooper, hold
When the
on. a second.
prosecutor comes back in,
Oh, she's here.
oh,
It's a separate prosecutor?
yeah.
Yes, Ms. Bruder.
Oh,
Mr.
oh, yeah, that's
Cooper,
right.
Mr. Cooper, still is in my courtroom. I require a tie, jacket, something.
Oh, Judge, I'm sorry. I was sitting here for so long, I took it off. It's right here.
All right, thank you. You can call his.
Calling case number 2061354, People versus Lamont Buffington. Defendant is charged with count 1, criminal sexual conduct, first degree, that has a SOR notice, HIV, STD testing notice. Count 2, criminal sexual conduct, second degree, as well as count 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and all counts has a SOR notice and the HIV testing notice. He's also charged in count 9, indecent exposure, as well as count 10. And this matter is up for a trial response hearing.
Appearances, please.
May it please the court, Mary Ann Bruder, on behalf of the people, P55239, standing in for Assistant Prosecuting Attorney Reagan Lake.
And good morning, Judge Renee Cooper, 30566, asking to waive Mr. Buffington's presence.
All right, court will waive his appearance for the purpose of this hearing.
I would like an exam, an in-custody exam, which I hope is sooner than the out-of-custody exam dates.
Be a little bit sooner. How many witnesses?
I believe 2, Your Honor.
Juanita,
Yes.
can you check my docket for November 30th? My last exam is, I'm showing it's 12 noon.
Last exam is 12, you're correct.
All right. November 30th at 1:30?
That would work, and I'd appreciate it.
That's fine for the people, Your Honor.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
No, just making sure that discovery will be sent. That's correct, Ms. Brew. All right.
Yes,
Thank you
and
much,
I'll let
Judge.
Ms. Lake know as soon as possible.
Okay. Thank you much, Judge.
All right,
Thank you.
Calling case number 2059827, People versus Antoinette Howard. That's defendant number 1, and defendant number 2 is Courtney Morgan. Defendant number 1 is charged with count 1, 2, 3, uttering and publishing document affecting real property. Defendant number 1 is charged with count 4. 5, forgery of document affecting real property, as well as count 6. Both defendants are charged in count 7, false pretense less than $20,000. Defendant number 1 is charged with count 8, 9, 10, notary public violation involving real property. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 11, reporting fraudulent conveyance. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 12, littering and publishing a document affecting real property. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 13, forgery of a document affecting real property. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 14, false pretense less than $20,000. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 15, 16, and 17, notary public violations involving real property. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 10, real property recording fraudulent conveyance. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 19, uttering and publishing a document affecting real property. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 20, forgery of a document affecting real property, as well as count 21, notary public violation involving real property. Defendant number 1 is charged in count 22, criminal enterprise conducting. Defendant number 2 is an habitual offender, has a 4th offense notice. Defendant number 2 is also charged in case number 5525002, and in this case, she's charged with notary public violation involving real property. And
Number 2 or defendant number 1?
defendant number 2
Defendant number,
is Antoinette, I'm sorry.
Okay, you're right.
Defendant number, she's defendant number 2 on case number 2055250, and that's Antoinette Howard.
All right.
Yeah, she's defendant number 1 in case number 2059827, and then she's defendant number 2 in 2055250.
The other defendant is Courtney Morgan?
And yes, correct, and that's defendant number 2 in the other case. All right. She also, Miss Courtney Morgan also has an exam scheduled for January 7th, 2021 at 2:45. These matters are here for probable cause. Yeah, but she's already been heard before. The second defendant on this case here has already been heard before. She already has an exam.
Except for this case?
Except for the second case.
Except for the second case?
Right. The one I didn't call her name.
I thought you was talking.
Yes. Morgan has
Both of them have 2 cases, right.
She already has an exam date set on 1.
Right. And that's Ms. Morgan.
Okay. All right.
Judge, I did not hear the name. Is that a general warrant thing?
No. Good morning, Your Honor. Latoya Willis appearing on behalf of the people, P64900.
Morning, Judge Dwayne Boyd, P79612, on behalf of Antoinette Howard on both matters. Ms. Howard is currently present via Zoom. Will you unmute yourself and state your name for the record, ma'am?
Antoinette Howard.
Okay, Ms. Howard, I don't do T-shirts in my courtroom. Even
I'm
though
sorry,
you-
I can't hear you.
Beg your pardon? Can you hear me?
I couldn't hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I don't do T-shirts in my courtroom, even on Zoom.
This is a blouse. This is not a t-shirt.
Okay,
This is a blouse. It's a
all right,
red blouse.
okay, all right, thank you. It doesn't look like, yeah, all right,
No, it got the it's a blouse.
okay, all right.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ted Wallace, P809222 on behalf of Courtney Morgan on both matters. Mr. Morgan is not present, and I'd ask the court to waive his appearance for today's hearing.
All right, Mr. Morgan's only on one matter today.
Correct. I apologize, Your Honor. There's already a date set for one of them.
All right, well, we waive his appearance for the purpose of today's hearing.
Judge, can I get his P number? Because he said national.
All right.
It's 80922.
Thank you.
All right. The two-bagger, how many witnesses? The two-bagger, how many witnesses?
8 witnesses, Your Honor.
Can I get the prosecutor's P number again?
64900.
Good morning, Your Honor. Here on behalf of the people, CR439.
Mr. Nasser, can you turn that, you got another system going in the background. That's the other case. I'm not gonna do this for that.
Good morning. Here, Darren Woods, I'm ready.
Let me get a calendar.
No, Your Honor, and I have been
Calendar is.
or I guess another.
That you're looking for? Make sure what it is.
Do you have discovery, Ms. Woodside?
I do.
All right, so. given-
Or either we can set it right now. With pleasure.
Third.
Have we had more than one PCC?
May what?
May 3rd, that's a Monday.
No, not to my knowledge. This is the first PCC.
All right, that's it for
Nasser, I need to put your other system on mute, please.
being contact, then we'll know where we're going with this.
I've sent a letter, just haven't got a response, so.
Okay, I do find good cause to adjourn for a new PCC.
Ms. Woodside?
That works on your calendar. At 8:30.
That's Mr. Nasser's system.
Oh.
Thank you. Mr. Nasser?
Your Honor, are you talking to Mohammed Nasser?
Yes.
I don't see him
got
as
the
a,
system going, and we're getting all this feedback from it.
I don't see him as a participant. That's why I was confused, Your Honor.
Well, I know, but I can hear Ms. Woodside speaking just as clear as day.
Yes.
February 2nd is what day?
February 2nd. Second is a Tuesday.
The party's available February 2nd at 1:30.
Works for the people.
February 2nd, Judge, at 1:30.
Yes, sir.
Defendant,
Look at
Ms.
that.
Morgan, is already scheduled for January 7th.
I know that's
Oh.
that other case.
Okay,
I'm not.
okay, no problem.
That's good for Mr. Morgan.
All right, on Ms. Howard's second case, how many witnesses?
The second case is 4 witnesses, Judge. The co-defendant on that one has been scheduled for an exam in January. January 7th in front of you at 2:45.
Okay, so this is not a singular case. She's a co-D on that one?
Yes.
It's not showing up that way. Is that January 7th?
January 7th at 2:45.
All right, well, we'll do her other case then. You available, Mr. Boyd?
I have an exam at 11, and don't anticipate it going until 2:45, Judge. I'll let the court know.
All right. We'll schedule it for January 7th at 2:45.
Thank you.
The second one Ms. Howard is on by herself.
Ms. Morgan is not by herself.
Oh, yeah, right now we got Ms. Morgan scheduled already for that time, so we're adding, Mr. Morgan is scheduled at that time, we're adding Ms. Howard.
So 3-1. Oh, I'm confused. Okay, this, make sure you specify.
Just so I'm clear, so it's the 2005-525-002 case that's scheduled for January 7th? Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, thank you.
The other case is scheduled for February 2nd.
Got it.
And what time is that at, Your Honor?
Which one?
The February 2nd?
February 2nd case is 1:30.
Okay. Are we done, Your Honor?
Yep, we're done.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey, everyone, stay safe. You can hang up now, Miss Howard. I'll call you.
Good morning. Do we need to check in, Your Honor, or are you just calling us?
You can check in 1 minute, please.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Lion.
Calling case number 2058290, People versus Damon Lyons. Defendant is charged with count 1, robbery unarmed, in this matter.
Just stay there.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I'll tell counsel, yes, stay there.
This matter is up for an exam.
Shanetta Franklin appearing on behalf of the people.
And Ron Marsh, 26471, on behalf of the defendant. Judge, just on a preliminary level, it's really warm in here. I'll do whatever you want. Can I conduct this exam without a jacket on?
Sure.
And then what is the court's habit with regard to face mask while questioning a witness.
Prefer it to leave them on, but if it gets to the point that we can't understand you, then we'll have to adapt.
Thank you, Judge. And then is questioning done standing at the podium? Okay.
Judge, for the record, the people are ready to proceed. I know that my complainant is walking through the doors. I am not sure if he's having trouble getting in or not. My officer in charge just went to go look out for him, but the people are ready to proceed.
And the defense doesn't anticipate calling any witnesses, and other than the officer in charge, I'm asking that any other witnesses be sequestered. I don't think there would be for this hearing. But I defer.
I'll give him a couple minutes, and that's all we're gonna give him. He's not up here, I'm calling it. All right, any of our witnesses testifying today at trial or any future time must be in the courtroom or be denied their future testimony, with the exception to the officer in charge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I don't know how this works.
Is now a good time to check in, Your Honor?
Sure. Go ahead, Mr. Ferdinand.
I have a Gerard Coleman for a PCC.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, put yourself on mute, please. Thank you.
Your Honor?
Who just checked in for Gerard Coleman?
That was Mr. Harris.
And Your Honor?
Hold on one second. You need his P number?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, thank you. You can mute yourself, Mr. Coleman. My P number is P81843.
Can I ask who's talking again?
I wasn't talking to you. Just mute yourself right now.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Hold on, please. All right.
Judge,
I gave you time. I'm not waiting anymore.
Judge, people appreciate that, but the officer informed me that the witness is downstairs. I know that sometimes our witnesses have a hard time coming through the doors. When I come through, I'm getting a little.
Then he should be here earlier on time. It's the same thing I tell defendants. If they're not here, they get cavied. Your witness is not here, I'm dismissing the case. I don't have the luxury of waiting. So at this point, case is dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you.
You need a dismissal form, counsel?
Please.
Middle one on the bottom. I believe that's.
We're not done.
What do you want me to put?
It would have been nice, but I can do it. I understand you're hot, 'cause I'm hot too.
I'll be right back.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Yes, can I check in? I have two cases. One is, this is Earl Washington. One is Darren Abbott for PCC, and the other is Lisa Humphrey, and that's a PCC.
What's your P number?
31383.
Judge, does the clerk have a moment?
Moment for what?
In regards to the case that was just missed, my officer in charge has informed me that downstairs, my witness was not allowed in because they couldn't find his name on the docket. Or on a sheet of paper, whatever it is that they look at, they refused to let him in.
I'll inform administration that this one already dismissed. It has to be refiled.
Your Honor,
What's his name?
Mohammed Al-Ghafi. And the last thing Al-Ghafi, A-L-G-H-A-I-T-H-I. And Judge, the last thing I wanted was for the defendant and the complainant to cross paths. At this point, I'm certain that they've crossed paths.
Madam Clerk,
Yes.
this is Attorney John Scott on Marcella's Hunter case, the PCC. You did not get my P number, so I wonder if that an oversight.
You said Hunter?
Yes, Marcella's Hunter.
24697?
Yes.
Okay, I have it.
Your Honor. Hello?
1 second, please.
Okay.
What's the number upstairs? Administration.
8736.
Let's do 5 first.
Yes. So, it's old. They don't have to do 5 to 5.
Oh, Sheila, hi, Sheila. How you doing? Still issues with the front door with you letting people in. Yes, I had a witness that was supposed to be here. I dismissed the case because the witness didn't show up. And he was here, they would not have been the front door. His name was Mohammed Al-Ghafi. A-L-G-H-A-I-T-H-I. You know, witness on a case, they shouldn't be turned over.
Right, they should call.
They should call up and say, okay, verify. You know,
Because the witness is not gonna be on that.
They call, but they call late.
Thank you.
They call, but they call late.
They called up here?
Yeah, they call, but they call late. Yeah, they call.
All right, you ready to do a,
Calling case number 2060973, People versus Joshua McWeather. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon, and this matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sharon Greer, appearing on behalf of Joshua McWeather. And he has been present on the line. I'm not sure if he's still there at this present.
Yeah, I'm present.
Mr. McWeather, do you have video?
I don't know how to work this, honestly.
All right, sorry.
Should I refer to the hearing on behalf of the people?
What's your pleasure, Mr.
Your Honor, at this time, we'd like to set this matter for an examination.
Tell me what it is.
2.
April 30th at 10:30.
April 30th at 10:30. Yes, sir.
Counsel, do you have discovery?
No, I do not.
Okay. Can I have your name, please?
Sharon Greer.
Thank you. I'll send you discovery. Oh, you know what, counsel? I do have, you know what, discovery was sent to you on October 30th.
Okay, I will verify that. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, too.
Calling case number 2061198, People versus Marcellus Hunter. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. He also has a commission of a felony with a motor vehicle advisory. This matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Shanada Franklin, attorney on behalf of the people.
Mr. Scott, can I have your appearance, please?
Yes. John Scott, PT4697, appearing on behalf of Marcellus Hunter.
All right, thank you, sir. Is your client,
And Mr. Hunter, please unmute yourself and
Marcellus Hunter. Marcellus Hunter.
thank you, sir. All right, counsel, what's your pleasure?
Your Honor, excuse me, I had discussion with my client and I advised him his right to have preliminary examination. What we have chosen to do is to waive the preliminary examination and proceed to bring out information.
All right. People have any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, Mr. Hunter,
Yes.
you understand that you have a statutory right to a preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause a crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing that crime. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Has anybody promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No, sir.
You waive your right freely and voluntarily after having an opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yes, sir.
And do you have any objection to the court signing your name to the waiver form and initialing off?
No, sir.
And counsel, do you have any objection to the court assigning your name to the waiver form and initialing off?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. The court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam that is bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be November 18th at 9 o'clock.
And which judge is that, Your Honor?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Do you know which judge is gonna be?
Looks like Judge Bill.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
On the 18th?
Calling case number 2059935, People versus Ronald Coleman. Defendant is charged with assaulting, resisting instruction of a police officer, and this matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Burton Harris, P81843 with the Neighborhood Defender Services of Detroit on behalf of Mr. Gerard Coleman, who's present via Zoom.
Coleman, can you state your name for the record, please?
Gerard Coleman. My retained lawyer is here.
Okay. Who's your retained lawyer?
Ryan Hill. Ryan Hill.
Right here, Judge. Sorry, I was just on another Zoom.
All right, Mr. Hill, can I have your appearance, please?
Morning, Your Honor. Ryan Hill, 6845 on behalf of Mr. Gerard Coleman.
Okay, we don't have an appearance from you, Mr. Hill.
I sent one over the other day, Judge. I can email another one.
All right, can you email it to Juanita so we could have it for the file? Because if you send it to the through the 36th district website, we might not get it till whatever. I don't know.
That's what Linda did. She sent it to the website.
You would be excused then. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's the email?
Counsel, what's your P number again?
68445.
My email address is JUANITA dot S as in Sam, ILLMON at 36 District Court .org.
I'll send one over right now.
All right. So what's your pleasure on this?
Judge, I'm asking for an exam.
Okay. How many witnesses?
One judge.
One. November 30th at 11 o'clock. For a good date.
If I could just have 1 second to check, Your Honor.
Sure.
That's good for me, Judge. 11?
Yep. 11 o'clock, November 30th.
Thank you very much, Judge. And I'll send a appearance over right now.
All right. You need to get his information.
Mr. Hill, may I have your email address, please?
Yeah, it's R as in Ryan, Hill, HILL, at DetroitLegalGroup.com.
Thank you.
And I don't have Discovery. If I could get that link, I would appreciate it.
Yep, I'll send you Discovery, counsel.
Thank you. Anything else, Judge, that I need, or?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You said November 30th. You got April 30th.
No, well, hold on. I said November or April?
You said November.
Oh, shoot. Give me Mr. Hill back on this. April.
Yeah.
I must need a break. What's the guy's
defendant's name is Gerard Coleman.
Mr. Coleman?
Yes.
Can you call your attorney? I gave you the wrong date. I said
Okay,
November.
doing it now.
It's April 30th at 11 o'clock.
Do you want me to text it to him or you want me to tell him to join?
You can text it to him. If it's a problem, he can come back on.
Okay, I'm doing the text it to him right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I have sent it to him.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, April 30th, 11 o'clock.
Is it April 30th, right?
Yep, April 30th.
Okay, sir.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, I have a quick question on the unrelated matter.
Okay, go ahead.
I have an exam scheduled for tomorrow at Erica Hiddo Kalashko. I asked for an in-person exam, but I'm wondering if we can do it over Zoom. Would that be a problem with you?
I mean, the witnesses are gonna be here in person, but if you want to appear by Zoom and have your client appear by Zoom, that's fine.
I prefer to do it in person. It's my client. She wants to do it over Zoom.
All right, it'd be better if both of you are on Zoom. That way, if you need to talk to her, you know, I can put you in a breakout. That
Okay.
way. All right.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Your Honor, are you ready for me? Can I say something, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I have an exam scheduled for 11:30. Be with Carlos Harrison Jr. After carefully discussing this matter, Your Honor, we would like to waive our right to an exam. And I was wondering if I could put that on the record before 11:30.
Sure, your client's on?
Yeah, he should be. Mr. Harrison, are you on?
That's a two-bagger too. Do you have an
Yeah,
objection to it?
What, sorry, Judge, I'm not like that. What's the defendant's name?
Harrison, Carlos Harrison.
So is that an exam for today?
It's set for exam today at 11:30.
And what's supposed to be passing?
He wants to wait.
Oh, that's fine, no objection to that.
Okay.
Well, let me just make sure they're not right, yeah, no objection.
You just gotta get your client on.
Okay, I just texted him, Your Honor. Sorry about that.
Okay, no problem. All right. Another PC in before.
Calling case number 2059129, People versus Darren Abbott. Defendant is charged with count 1, forgery of license document plates. And this matter is up for a proper cause hearing.
Madam President, appearing on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. For the record, Neighborhood Defender Services, Earl Washington, 31383, on behalf of Mr. Darren Abbott. And Mr. Abbott is present via Zoom.
All right, Mr. Abbott, please state your name for the record, please.
Hi, this is Darren Abbott.
All right, is this Reginald's case?
It is, Your Honor. It is, and I'm here.
All right, can I have your appearance, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Reginald Andrew, appearing on behalf of the people, P number 80354.
All right, okay, what's your pleasure, counsel?
Your Honor, I would like to set this for a preliminary examination.
All right, how many witnesses?
One, Your Honor.
April 30th at 11:15.
All right, that date is a good date.
You said it's a good day?
Yes, Your Honor, that's a good date.
Okay, I got it. You can hand it here. You want the whole one?
No, well, you can keep it. You want these? Where you want to put these?
All of them?
It's 4 volumes this time.
I'm retired.
Me too.
So another version. Can you?
You want to take them to your family?
No, I really wouldn't need them out here.
That's why I brought them here. take over?
Wow.
You don't keep it?
That's what I thought. That was, that's different.
I don't know why they're so big this year. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're already. The last one we did?
Yep.
April 30th.
Yeah, Darren Abbott.
All right, anything else, Mr. Washington?
Judge, I believe I need discovery on this matter.
Can't hear you, Reginald.
I'll get that discovery over to you, Mr. Washington.
Okay, thank you.
Not a problem.
All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's called 10 o'clock, which is Mathis.
Your Honor, I also had a Lisa Humphrey. I'm not sure whether the court was ready to call that one or not.
Calling case number 1856094, People versus Lisa Humphreys. Defendant is charged with count 1, identity theft, count 2, false application, state identification card. And this matter is up for a probable cause hearing.
Morning, Your Honor. May it please this most honorable court, Reginald Andrew, P number 80354, appearing on behalf of the people.
And good morning again, Your Honor. Neighborhood Defender Services of Detroit, Earl Washington, 31383, on behalf of Miss Lisa Humphrey.
Right.
She's present via Zoom.
Lisa Humphrey is here as well.
All right, thank you. What's your pleasure, counsel?
Judge, we would like to set this matter for preliminary examination.
How many witnesses?
One, Your Honor.
April 30th at 11:30.
Okay, that date is good. And if I could have discovery on this matter, thank you.
Likewise, I'll get that over to you as soon as possible.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, have a good day, everyone.
All right, thank you too.
You as well.
All right, now we call Matt.
Calling case number 2058688, People versus Demario Mathis. Defendant is charged with count 1, possession by felon, count 2, possession of ammunition, count 3 and 4, possession of a felony firearm. Defendant is a habitual offender, has a 4th offense notice, and this matter is up for an exam.
Madam Clerk, hearing on behalf of the people.
May it please the court, Stephanie Carson, P 57096, on behalf of Mr. Mathis.
All right, ready to proceed?
Now, the people are ready to go to the court to give the people just a few moments. I have a couple witnesses here. I'd like to figure out who I could call, so I can call fewer witnesses than I have outside waiting.
Okay.
Your Honor.
Judge, the people are ready. The people will call Officer Wiggins.
Officer Wiggins. That's okay. You raise your hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Yes, sir. All right, let's pull the door right here towards you. Repeat it. You may proceed.
Good morning. Please state your name again for the record.
Officer David Wiggins.
And Officer Wiggins, let me direct your attention to July 15, 2020. Do you recall that date?
Yes, ma'am.
And before we get into what took place on that date, what is your current occupation?
A police officer, City of Detroit.
Okay. And on July 15, 2020, were you wearing a standard police uniform?
Yes, ma'am.
And were you also in a standard police scout vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And on the day of July 15, 2020, what area were you in?
In the area of West McNichols and Vaughn.
Was that in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yes, ma'am.
And while you were in that area, did you come in contact with anyone that you recognize in the courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am.
Could you please point to that individual and describe what they're wearing?
A defendant sitting on the bench with a white button-up shirt.
Now, please let the record reflect that the witnesses identified the defendant as Mario Mathis.
Record so reflect.
And when you came into contact with the defendant, who were you with on that day?
My partner, Officer Ziola, and another officer, police officer.
Okay. And when you came into contact with the defendant, what is it that you observed?
So our scout car was traveling through a north side alley of a liquor store, traveling eastbound at a slow pace. I observed a group of individuals standing outside in the parking lot.
And among that group of individuals standing outside the parking lot, at what point did you see the defendant?
Immediately because of his actions.
Okay, and when you say because of his actions, could you please be specific in regards to what you mean by his actions?
As I observed the group, the group observed Scout's presence, and Mr. Mathis ducked down as if he was trying to conceal himself.
Okay. You said he ducked down as if he was trying to conceal himself?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did this happen exactly? In the midst of the crowd, outside of the crowd, or somewhere else?
Initially in the midst of the crowd.
Okay, and please continue with what else you saw.
So I advised my partners of my observations. We continued to, at this time, we made a southbound turn through the liquor store parking lot, and the defendant continued to walk south. He reappeared, and I observed him walking southbound towards the entrance of the liquor store.
And what else did you see after that?
As he continued to walk, I advised my partners to get out of the scout car, and that's when I observed the defendant, Mr. Mathis, disappear again, ducking down again, trying to conceal himself.
And what happened next?
We exited the scout car. I made the location where I initially observed him reaching down. I looked around and I was unable to find any contraband at this time.
Okay, so when you say reaching down, what do you mean?
He was standing up initially. His body moved closer to the ground, disappearing out of sight.
Okay, and what else did you observe the defendant do?
I just observed him, disappear from my sight.
Okay, and what happened next?
After searching the area where I initially observed him reaching down, I was advised by my partner.
Objection. Hearsay as to what his partner said, Your Honor.
Explain. You receive certain information, and what did you do based on receiving that information?
I made a further observation.
And your further observation, what happened? What was that?
I observed my partner recover a weapon where the defendant was observed reaching down the second time.
Thank you. And when you say you received information, who was that information received from?
My own personal observations as well as Officer Zio.
Okay. And please continue with what you observed Officer Zio do.
After he recovered the weapon, the defendant was detained pending further investigation.
Okay, and what type of weapon was recovered?
It was a black Glock. It was a 40 caliber weapon.
Okay. And did you see what your partner did with this weapon?
He recovered it.
And what did he do once he recovered the weapon? If you don't recall.
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you need your memory refreshed?
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be in your report or your partner's report?
It may be in mine now.
For the record, I'm showing opposing counsel the other, or this police report, or the narrative. Permission to approach?
Yes.
Officer, what is it that I handed you?
Police report from the date of the incident.
Okay. Please take a
Yeah,
moment to take a refresher. I'm not finished speaking. I need to complete
Put my
my
objection
thought.
on the record, Your Honor.
Well, let her finish, and then you could object. I gotta know what your objection is.
Okay, I'm just objecting what he said, but I'll wait.
Wait. It's a report?
Is it his complete report or is it a page of his report?
Oh, what difference does it make? I
I
mean,
just
he
want
didn't
to
say what it
yeah,
was.
He did say, I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'll just ask him when I get to him.
Okay. Go ahead. So this is your report?
Yes, sir.
Is it a complete report or just a page of your report?
I would say it's my complete report.
Thank you.
Officer, have you had a moment to refresh your memory?
Yes.
Okay. Do you recall the line of questioning?
What did I observe after Officer Zio recovered the weapon?
Yes.
The defendant was placed under arrest.
Okay. Okay, thank you. I don't have any other questions at this time. I'll take that report back.
Good morning, officer.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Now, you say you saw a group of people, in the store parking lot?
Yes, ma'am.
Approximately how many people were in that group?
Objection calls for speculation and relevance.
Relevant.
Relevant, and how many call for speculation?
Based on this observation. Answer.
Between, I would say approximately 10 people.
And were all of these people standing inside the same group interacting?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you say that Mr. Mathis ducked down, was he hiding behind anything?
Not yet, Mr. Speculation. If he
Okay,
dug down, I
Will you-
don't know how you can see him.
when he dug down, was anything obstructing your view of Mr. Mathis?
Yes, ma'am.
What was obstructing your view?
It was a truck parked in the parking lot.
All right. So do you recall what kind of truck?
No, ma'am, I do not.
So now, when you said he dug down, did he go, was he already standing beside the truck?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Was there anything else by the truck that you recall?
Nothing besides the group of people he was standing with now.
Okay, so most of the people were around the truck.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you recall what Mr. Mathis had on that day?
I just remember he had on a white t-shirt.
And it's fair to say that you didn't observe Mr. Mathis with anything in his hand, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
That's correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's also fair to say you didn't witness any illegal activity on behalf of Mr. Mathis, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you just identified Mr. Mathis and you said what he had on, you didn't mention that he had on a mask, correct?
I believe I did.
Did you?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. And you're very confident identifying Mr. Mathis while he's wearing a mask?
Yes.
All right. And on that day, did he have on a mask that you arrested him in July?
No, ma'am, I do not believe so.
Now, after Mr. Mathis was arrested, or actually, after you saw Mr. Mathis duck, at any point did you go inside the liquor store?
After the investigation.
After the investigation?
Yes.
And did you ask for the video at that time?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And did you review it on site?
No, ma'am, I did not.
And where exactly was this gun recovered?
It was located inside of a box where Mr. Mathis was observed the second time disappearing on my site.
And was the box inside a vehicle or was it on the street?
It was on the ground.
So it was a box on the ground.
Yes, ma'am.
And what type of box?
Like a cardboard box, ma'am.
And that's where you went the second time?
I did not make it to there, ma'am.
No, you're saying that's where you saw him duck the second time?
Yes, ma'am.
So the first time you saw him duck, what was the relation of the box to where you saw him duck the first time?
Would you like a feet approximation?
That's fine.
I would say about 10 to 15 feet.
So you're saying he ducked once
Yes, ma'am.
and he was out of your view. Is that fair to say?
Out of my sight, yes, ma'am.
Right, okay. And then when's the next time you saw him, if you can approximate how long it was?
After he stood back up, after reaching down.
I mean, so it was immediate, he went down and went back up?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then you noticed him walk somewhere, is that fair to say?
Yes, ma'am.
Was anyone else moving or was everyone else still?
Everybody else, the group was standing still.
And so Mr. Mathis walked 10 feet while you're right there, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't notice the gun on his person at that point, did you?
No, ma'am, because there were other.
Yeah, I didn't ask you why, sir.
Okay.
You didn't see a gun at
No,
that point,
ma'am.
correct?
No, ma'am.
But you're saying he went 10 feet and you saw him duck down again, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And that's where you're alleging the gun was found?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And how close were you to him when he was walking? Were you still in your vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Redirect.
No further questions for this witness, Mr.
All right, thank you. Hold on, for one second.
Madam Prosecutor asked if you were in standard uniform that day.
Yes, ma'am.
Would that be your blue uniform or special ops uniform?
Special ops uniform.
And that consists of what?
What I'm wearing today.
And that would be green pants,
Yes, ma'am.
a black shirt, and a vest that says police?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. No further questions.
Anything further?
No, Judge, not from this witness.
All right, thank you.
Yes, Judge, people call Officer Viola.
Swear on our firm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God. Yes. All right, you come up, have a seat.
Good morning. Please state your name again for the record.
My name is William Ziola.
And what is your current occupation and where is it that you work?
I am a Detroit Police Corporal assigned to the 8th Precinct Special Operations Unit.
And Corporal Viola, let me direct your attention to July 15th, 2020. Do you recall that date?
Yes, I do.
And on that date, were you working in your official capacity?
Yes, I was.
Were you in a standard police vehicle?
I was in a semi-marked patrol car wearing a modified Detroit Police uniform.
Thank you. And who were you with on that date?
Officer Wiggins and Officer Apperson.
Okay. And on that date, on July 15th, 2020, what area were you patrolling?
I was in the area of Westman Nichols and Vaughn.
Is that in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yes, it is.
And Corporal Viola, on that date, did you come into contact with anyone that you recognize as Corporal today?
Yes, ma'am. The defendant with the white shirt in the front row.
Thank you. Now, please let the record reflect that the witnesses identified defendant is Mario Mathis. And what is it that you observed of the defendant on that date?
While I was patrolling in an area of Westman Nichols and Vaughn, I pulled into the parking lot of Consumers Liquor at the northeast corner of Nichols and Vaughn. After pulling into the parking lot, I was advised that the defendant.
You were given certain information, you can't say what the information was.
Okay, I was given information that the defendant maybe have.
No, you say, you were given information, you say who you were given information by. You can't say what the information is, and then you say what you did based on receiving it.
Well, let me ask you a few of those questions one at a time.
Okay.
Who gave you information?
Officer Wiggins.
And based upon the information that you received, what is it, how did you respond?
I responded by detaining the defendant.
And what observations of the defendant did you make?
Prior to that, nothing.
Okay. And when you detained the defendant, what happened?
After the defendant was detained, I checked an area where I believed a weapon was discarded due to the information I received from Officer Wiggins. Based off my actions, I observed a black handgun resting inside of a cardboard box in the parking lot of that location.
And the cardboard box that you found the weapon in, was this in the vicinity that the defendant was also in?
At which time, ma'am?
Well, we can talk about the time that the weapon was recovered. Was the defendant ever in that vicinity of the box?
The location of the box, in comparison to where the defendant was detained, within approximately, I would say, from here to that wall, which is, in my estimation, about 20 feet.
Okay. And what did you do with the weapon once you recovered it?
I made the weapon safe.
What does that mean?
It means removing the ammunition from the weapon.
So there was ammunition in the weapon?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And please continue with what happened next.
After I confiscated the weapon, the defendant was taken to the 8th precinct for initial start of our processing, prisoner processing. However, I decided to go back to the liquor store to review camera footage, just to strengthen the probable cause of the arrest.
Okay. And did you review the video?
I attempted to, but I could not.
Okay. Did you make any other observations of the defendant?
No, I did not.
Did you happen to run a lien at all on the defendant?
I did not.
Thank you, I don't have any other questions.
Good morning, Officer Viola.
Good morning.
Viola, when you identified my client, he's currently wearing a mask, correct?
Yes.
And you're confident identifying him while he's wearing a mask?
Very similar to the man I arrested that day. It's similar eyes.
Now, when you pulled up on my client, how many people were approximately how many people were in the parking lot, do you recall?
I can't recall an exact amount. I would say at least 5.
But it's fair to say you never saw my client with a weapon, correct?
That's correct.
And you didn't see him go to the box that's in this parking lot, correct?
That's correct.
And this box is open
Yes, ma'am.
and accessible to anyone that's in that parking lot. Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
And you don't know when that gun got in that box, did you?
No, I don't.
You didn't see my client discard anything, did you?
No.
You don't know who else was in that box, correct?
Correct.
And were you present? Did you actually ask the people in the parking lot who that gun belonged to?
The other individuals in the parking lot?
Yes.
I don't believe I did, no.
All right. Was anyone detained other than my client?
I don't believe so. The only one I detained was your client.
And you detained that based on the information you received?
Correct.
From Officer Williams?
Yes.
No further questions.
May you redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Excuse me, thank you. Thank you.
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense has no witnesses, Your Honor.
Motion.
Your Honor, we would ask this court to bind over on the information as charged. We would also submit to this court that there is also a certified conviction registered for past felonies for counts 3 and 4. People will just publish it for the court if the court wishes.
I object, it wasn't admitted. That's why I object. It has to be admitted during the course of the exam.
Okay, have you seen it?
No.
Okay, show it to her.
I don't need to see it.
Don't need to see it? Well, you can move to admit it at this point.
Permission to publish that?
Yes. All right. Anything further?
Nothing further.
Well, let me, was there any objection to the?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's the objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. I'll get it. Ms. Franklin, you motion?
Yes, sir. So people move to ask this court to waive or to bind over the information as charged.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Yeah, I'm making sure I have all of this next time. Give me one. As to count 2, ammunition felon by possession, I don't believe there's any evidence on the record for that at all. As to, so I'm go to that. Then as to all the other counts, it seems to me that no one said that they actually saw my client with a weapon. They're saying they saw him near a box with a bunch of people, and Viola said he never saw anything. We don't make it on Wiggins. Wiggins said he heard someone call, his partner Viola call, that they found the weapon. So I'm objecting to the bind over. That's all counts.
Yes, Judge. Specifically, opposing counsel stated that there is no testimony to support count 2. We heard from the second witness, Officer Viola, that he made the weapon safe, and that there was in fact ammunition within that firearm. In addition to the other counts, opposing counsel stated that Officer Viola did not see the defendant with the gun on his person. However, Officer Viola did recover the gun, and we heard testimony from Officer Wiggins that the defendant was in the vicinity of where that firearm was located, which is in the box. Based on a probable cause standard, the people would ask this court to still bind over on the information in charge because there's probable cause to believe that the defendant did in fact commit these offenses, and that these offenses are common in the city of Detroit, county of Florida.
All right, Court, having heard the testimony, argument, found as follows. July 15, 2020, Officer Williams was on patrol in the area of 6 Mile and Bond. His partner was Officer Viola, Corporal Viola. They pulled up into the parking lot of the liquor store, observed a group of individuals standing in the parking lot. Officer Williams said it was approximately 10 people. Officer Viola said it was approximately at least 5 people. That Officer Williams observed the defendant and that group that he ducked down behind a truck and then got back up. That he then started walking towards the liquor store door. We saw him duck down again, and he testified that he saw him originally duck down. He didn't find any contraband. He has given that same information to his partner, Viola. He observed his partner recover a handgun. The defendant had been bending down on the ground. The black block, he was placed under arrest. Viola testified that he received information from Officer Williams, that he checked the area based on the information received, and that he uncovered a black handgun in a cardboard box, an open box. He made the person safe, and he removed ammo from it. Based on the testimony given, I mean, it's enough of probable cause. Trial may be a whole different issue, but it's more than enough probable cause. Court finds that the county is enumerated complaint of warrant to impact the current city of Detroit on the court disregarding the defendant. When we found over Williams County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be November 18th at 9:20.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Mayor asked me to cover Mr. Harrison's, AOI, waiver.
Mr. Harrison is still on?
Judge, can I just relieve my witnesses?
Yeah. Sir, your name?
Carlos Harrison.
All right. Yeah, okay, we'll do this later. All right, Mr. Harrison, so you know, I don't do T-shirts in my courtroom. I don't care if it's on Zoom or in person. You dress for court when you come to court. Do you understand, sir?
Yes, I apologize for that.
All right, thank you. All right. We'll do the waiver as soon as the prosecutor comes back in. Do we have Gardenshire?
Yes.
We have them come in too.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on garden hire.
Who? I don't know who just said that.
Attorney Kiana Franulik.
This is scheduled for an in-person exam.
Your Honor, I had tried contacting the court in regards to my appearance via Zoom because I have never heard from my client.
Well, your client's here, so we're gonna be doing this exam.
Well, obviously I'm on video. May I proceed via video? I've never spoken to him. Not once have I received a call or contact, so I can't.
And I have no way for you to speak to him now, except in open court. Because he's here in open court.
Well, Your Honor, I guess at this point, I can ask Mr. Gardenhire on the record, make sure he understands his rights to the exam, the burden, and if he wants to proceed, because I've received no communication.
We'll do that in a minute. Let me do I got something else to do first. We'll call that in just 1 second. Let's do the waiver on Mr. Harrison. Mr. Harrison, you gotta put the camera so we can see you, please.
Yeah, I was struggling to hear. I'm sorry.
All right. Can you lower it just a little bit? I can see the top of your head. All right, thank you.
Calling case number 2058719, People versus defendant number 1, Carlos Harris. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. He also has a commission of a felony with vehicle advisory. And this matter is up for an exam.
All right, well, Ms. Carson, you want to do the exam form? You can sign your name.
Oh, sure, I'll sign
And
it.
you can sign the client's name.
All right.
And I'll take over.
Thank you.
This is Harrison. This is the 11:30. Mr. Lamb's case came on a little earlier, asked to do the waiver.
Shanetta Franklin, appearing on behalf of the people.
Second person standing in for Attorney of Record Ivan Lamb with Mr. Harrison's permission.
All right, and this is the waiver, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No objection.
I'm sorry, Ms. Carson. I
My
cut you off.
client, Mr. Land, explained the standard for probable cause when the crime was committed and probable cause to exist to charge Mr. Harrison with that crime.
All right. Mr. Harrison, state your name, please.
Carlos Harrison.
Mr. Harrison, you understand you have a statutory right to a preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause a crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing that crime. You understand that, sir?
Could you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
All right. That you have a statutory right to a preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause that a crime was committed and probable cause that you had something to do with committing that crime. You understand that?
Yes.
Has anybody promised you anything or threatened you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No.
You waive your right freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Could you say it again?
You waive your right freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yes.
All right. And counsel, you signed your client's name and you signed on behalf of Mr. Land, is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam. Now is bound over to Wayne County Circuit Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be, excuse me, November 18th at 9 o'clock.
Where is it again?
Frank Murphy Hall of Justice, that's Wayne County Circuit Court, and that's November 18th at 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
Just contact your attorney because that'll probably be on Zoom.
Okay,
All right? Okay. Thank you.
thank you.
Just five continue. Okay, you can call Mr. Gardner.
Judge, I just need a moment. I do have a witness outside. And also, I'm going to call my witnesses for the hearing.
Okay, well, there's one more defendant on here, isn't there?
No.
Yes, it is.
Gianna?
Gianna Wilson.
Gianna Wilson.
Okay.
Both were charged with carrying concealed weapon. So, all right, but you gonna step out for a minute?
Yes.
All right, counsel,
Yes, Your Honor.
the prosecutor is stepping out for a minute. I'm gonna step out for a minute, and that'll give you a chance to have at least some kind of conversation with your client.
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
Oh. And you're off the record, right?
Hello, Mr. Gardenhire. This is Attorney Kiana Frangulik.
How you doing?
I've sent you several correspondence in your discovery regarding your case, but I hadn't received any communication back.
I haven't heard from you.
Well, I have two addresses that I sent those letters to. How did you learn today's court date if you didn't receive any correspondence?
I call every Wednesday to the 36th district till they stop answering the phone.
Okay. One second. Ali Chiedo, who are you? Are you a prosecutor, court clerk?
No. I'm an attorney for Nathan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mr. Gardenhire, today's preliminary examination is you have the right to have preliminary examination, which is a probable cause hearing. The probable cause hearing is basically whether or not there's probable cause that you committed the crime alleged. The parties have to appear and testify for today's proceedings, and the judge will determine whether or not he believes probable cause exists for the charges alleged. Now, can you please confirm your address for me? Because I have two.
What two you got?
I have, one second.
I'm discombobulated. I don't know about her. It's in there.
Pardon?
I don't know the address by heart.
What do you mean you don't know the address by heart?
Oh, to get the address. I don't have the address. The address. What address you been called writing? What address you been writing? 191. I don't even know about her. That's what I'm saying.
You don't know your address by heart?
Man, I don't know about her. I don't know about her.
Okay, well, one second. My computer is a little acting a little. I have a Dakota address.
A Dakota?
Yes.
No, I never had that address. I got the address of 36th district on 14th.
One second. And the other address I have for you is it's opening slowly. I believe it was on Burgess, but if you gave them one address, it doesn't sound like either address that you gave them is the address that I have.
Yeah, that's not the address because the Burgess house, that's the house I can't go back to.
Correct.
Right, so that address was I won't gonna never get that mail.
And then, like I said, the only other address I have is 166. But Mr. Gardenhire, if you called the court and they gave you today's court date, did they not give you my information?
No, ma'am.
Okay. So, again, in regards to preliminary examination, you have the right to determine whether or not you actually want to hold it or if you want to waive it. I don't know if the complaining witnesses are there or not. If they are there, then they could testify and the judge will make a determination as or not to waive it. And you have the right to choose that hearing. If you want to waive it, it would get bound over to circuit court. and the matter would be handled there. So it is really up to you as to what you would like to do. But I also have a question in regards to, do you have any mental health issues?
I ain't got no mental health issues, but yeah, I'm gonna have my hearing checked.
You want to hold your exam? Okay. Okay, we can go ahead and hold your exam. And then I need your address. I need an address for you or a phone number or something. I need a way to contact you.
Get a number on my phone.
Stephanie. Have him write it down and I'll email it to her.
Okay.
Council, what's your email address?
Thank you. I'm gonna put my email in the chat.
I don't have access to your chat.
You email it to her, sorry.
Oh.
You counsel, you don't mind everybody having it, right? What's your email address?
I just have it because it's kind of long, but it's KFRANULIC at KFL Consulting, normal spelling.com.
Say KSL Consulting, right?
KF as in Frank, L as in Larry Consulting.
What's the address? Where it live? Nah, because they ain't got the address, they gotta give them the address. What's your address? 3240 Collinwood. All right. I am, but this is stuff over there on Burger Street.
I need a zip code too.
This is zip code. What's the zip code? 48206? 48206, yeah. All right. I gotta hang up because I'm at court. I'm at court. Okay. There you go.
I'm ready to proceed when the court is ready.
Is that 3240? this 3240 or 3246?
3240 or 3246? Excuse me. The address. 3240.
Okay. Well, he wrote it down like 6. I was just double confirming.
Yeah, 'cause I need to report on him.
Can you give this to him so he can serve him and read as his attorney's information?
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll get the report on him.
All right, you can call it. Oh, thank you. All right. That's on the last page.
Thank you, Joe.
Calling case number 2057244, People versus Brazil Garten Shire.
Higher?
I'm sorry.
Garden higher?
Yes,
Is
sir.
it higher? Oh, sorry about that. I checked. Defendant is charged with count 1, arson, preparation to burn real property. Count 2, felonious assault. Count 3, possession by felon. Count 4, possession of a felony firearm. Count 5, malicious destruction of a building less than 200. Defendant is a habitual offender, has a forfeit notice, and this matter is up for an exam.
Shanetta Franklin, appearing on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Kiana Frangulik, P73015, appearing on behalf of Mr. Brazil Gardenhire, appearing via Zoom with Mr. Gardenhire in person.
All right. Ready to proceed?
Judge, my officer in charge is present. However, the complainant is not. The people would like to state for the record that the complainant and the defendant are siblings. And because of that, the complainant is refusing to come to court. So the people are not able to proceed at this time.
All right.
Your Honor, I move for a dismissal.
All right, now we dismiss without further.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Oh, it is.
I give dismissal. Thank you. Deputy.
We've done all our PCCs, correct? Don't we got one more?
One more. And that's Owen Webb's. Let's see. Why they're not here.
The person on the phone that says Nathan Wilson Duran, can I help you?
I came for my court date. My attorney gave me the numbers to join this Zoom.
Okay,
At 11.
what's your name?
Nathan Gianni Wilson Durham.
Oh, you scheduled for an exam at 11:30.
Oh, 11:30.
In person, in court,
In person?
in person,
Okay.
11:30 in person.
All right.
That courtroom.
Your Honor, Wayne County Jail checking in with Lamont Buffington for PCC.
Buffington? Oh, okay. We already did his case. What's that for?
It is set for November 30th at 1:30.
It's set for a preliminary exam, November 30th at 1:30. His attorney waived his presence. He said he'll get in contact with you on video.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day.
Tell
You
them I already
too.
sent over the,
Huh?
I already sent over the,
No, really?
the picture. Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
you signed.
Okay.
All right.
They should have said congratulations. You,
What?
right? You ran this time, right?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
ain't nobody running against me, so all I had to do is go vote for myself.
So, was Judge Davis?
No, she's not in my bag.
She's what?
She's not in my bag.
Oh, okay, that said something.
It's, Nancy Blunt, Patricia Jefferson, Judge Weeks, Judge King, Judge, Holmes, and Judge.
All right, take care.
I'm missing somebody.
All right, so.
I'm not sure. I think I'm missing, I don't know if it was Williams. I'm missing somebody. Yeah, well, we were challenged. The person that tried to get the petition, but she couldn't get a petition because of the, so she tried to do a write-in. But, you know, to do a write-in, you have to have a whole lot of work.
Judge, did we ever resolve things with Coleman? We were gonna get a new date, like, November 30th at 11 a.m. We were waiting on the defense attorney to get back online.
No, his,
I gave it to his client.
Yeah.
And his client said he texted him. I told him if there's an issue, to get back with him.
What was the date again, April 30th?
April 30th.
At 11.
Yeah.
Mr. Bigger said.
How you doing, man? You okay? Yeah. Good. Okay, you ready to do this? Lathan? Mario Lathan?
Madam Clerk, I might have given you the PCC form for Coleman, it would have had the wrong date on it. I don't know if it's in the file already or not, but it's.
I never put it in.
Okay.
Calling case number 2058683 versus Denario Latham. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. He also has a commission of a felony with a motor vehicle advisory. This matter is set.
Madam Franklin, can I have the
Please, we have Mr. Latham, P 36794.
Your client?
My client is not present, Your Honor. He was present on August the 7th on Zoom. He knew about today's hearing. He had my contact information. I haven't heard from him. I have no knowledge of his whereabouts.
All right, thank you, Mr. Bennett. The case shall enter. Any bond previously submitted shall be forfeited. New bond says 30,000 cash.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can find them, you can walk them in.
Yes, Your Honor, I will do that.
Thank you. Sir, what's your name?
My name is Chico Owens Webb.
No. What's your last name?
Owens Webb.
Oh, all right. Waiting on your attorney to come on.
Okay.
Have you talked to him?
No, I never heard from him since I had got out. I got anything from him.
Do you have his number?
No, I do not.
Yeah, he's on the Zoom here.
Oh, all right. He's coming on right now.
Okay.
Huh?
Can you call Horowitz if you want to, prosecutor's office? Right out my neighborhood.
Oh,
Card.
which card?
I don't
Oh,
know.
card.
Is it 45th?
Yeah.
She was.
Coleman one too.
Huh?
Coleman. Rebecca Coleman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was. She ran out in. Small court. Huh? She's east. That's right on the other side of the mountain.
Not like,
Harper. Harper Woods. Yeah, Harper Woods. Huh?
Frank Rose Point?
Yeah, Harper Woods. Chandra did win. She's a prosecutor.
She's running for here?
Circuit court. I thought she came in first place in the primary.
Judge, I am not in the know. I can't tell you. I honestly have no clue.
It went totally for name recognition. Hathaway, and we don't know where that came from. And, Hathaway and Mary Beth Kelly.
Hathaway changed his name.
Yeah.
Go back to Hathaway.
It's funny that
Well,
you're Oakland County, you could be Irish, and if you're home county, you could be Italian, and if you're down here, you could be Polish, or.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were running against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There were four of them running. It was Hathaway, Mary Beth Kelly, Chandra, and the Hawkins. They're Hawkins.
Was it for one seat?
No, for two seats.
Oh, so who won?
Two open seats.
Hathaway.
And Mary Beth Kelly.
You know what, Judge? I have literally chosen not to really be engaged because I don't want to hear anything about this or anything about right now. It's all like stress inducing. So.
And it's definitely stressful.
Yeah. So I haven't, so I can't say anything about who won what.
Mr. Becker? Mr. Becker?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you ready?
Oh, yes, I am. I apologize. I've been bouncing. I have Mr. Owens Webb. I assume that's him on the Zoom. Hello, sir.
He's on also. You can call that case.
Calling case number 2061205, People versus, now this says Chico Owens-Webb. Defendant is charged with count 1, carrying a concealed weapon. This matter is up for an exam. Probable cause hearing.
Madam President, I'm here on behalf of the people.
May it please the court, Your Honor, Tyrone Baker, appearing on behalf of Mr. Owens Webb, who's present via Zoom.
Mr. Owens Webb, please state your name for the record.
Unmute, Mr. Webb.
Unmute yourself. You gotta say it again, unmute yourself.
My name is Chico Owens Webb.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr.
Your Honor.
Baker.
Your Honor, Mr. Webb's case is a case that I would like to review with regards to possible.
We're not getting any of this. I can barely hear you. We're not getting it.
How about now?
All right, just try to speak up.
Okay, I'm gonna try to talk extra loud. Long story short, Mr. Webb's case, I would like to review. He may be eligible for the prosecution's diversion program for gun cases. Your Honor, if the court were to want to set it for PCC, I would ask for that. But if not, we would ask for an exam date.
All right, I'm gonna set it for exam. It's gonna be set out far enough that you have more than enough time to apply and do what you need to do. If he gets accepted, just contact the court and we'll do it, we'll move it up.
Understood.
All right, how many witnesses?
One.
April 30th at 11:45.
That'd be fine, Your Honor.
Counselor, do you have discovery?
No, I do not.
Okay. And your last, you said?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Okay,
Can you
thank you.
Can you
Never
repeat?
mind.
I gave her the information. She wanted your last name, so I gave her the information.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Bonds continued.
All right. Contact me, Mr. Webb,
Okay.
at the chat. See the number?
Yes.
B,
Call me at the number.
Okay.
BCKERDT. Frankly, you're gonna stay away from it. You did both of them.
What's that, Judge?
You did both of them. Did you go out and vote?
Oh, of course I did.
Oh, okay.
Are you kidding
I'm
me?
about to start fussing if you did.
Of course I did. I said that I haven't looked at any, maybe let me be specific, post-election thing.
I think Biden's gonna win.
Huh?
I think Biden's gonna win.
Win Michigan?
No.
Win period.
Yeah.
The whole thing? Well, he has to win Michigan and Wisconsin. No, not the other one,
Pennsylvania,
Wisconsin.
Georgia, and North Carolina.
Pittsburgh.
Well,
Or
you're
Philadelphia, that area, whatever it is.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
He's gotta
He
win.
wins those two, he'll win.
He's gotta win 4.
Huh?
He's gotta win 4.
Well, he may win, the question about Texas, he may win Texas, yeah, he may win Texas, and they still haven't decided in Georgia yet.
Texas looks red. Georgia, so look, so Michigan is like 3 or 4 off now with the mail-in votes. That one's close. These look good. But yeah, we just left. I'm sure you.
Oh, Wisconsin. Oh, 190, 185.
Here, so here, this is what it, Wisconsin is. Michigan. Oh, it's changed a little bit. Okay, so we were a little closer a little bit ago, so now we have 96%.
He was on Zoom, right?
Pretty good.
Please don't
Well, that's, I
under-
never say something about the meal. We didn't think we could win. And Georgia is.
No.
Like,
Hi, no, no,
so I do think that's right. And then, the big one, close, but then this one has North Carolina. It's got a narrow, you got 4%. Look, it's so close. I mean, honestly, you could have really won, but
No. Yeah, if they have to retire and move out the country.
Will you hold it, please?
Yeah, was on, was he on Zoom first thing this morning?
Who was?
Magazine?
Yeah.
Like he mentioned he had a case.
Morning, everyone.
Hey, how you doing?
All right, how are you?
Okay. Yeah, we'll see.
Right, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think we're in for the long haul, huh?
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Wait and see.
Nevada is only 67%.
Huh?
Says Nevada is only 67% employee. That's pretty low.
Yeah.
Biden is gaining lead in Michigan. It's coming up in North
Mr.
Carolina.
Wilson Durham, he's supposed to be in court. Mr. Wilson Durham.
Your Honor, Ali Shade on behalf of Mr. Gianni. Gianni.
Oh.
We're supposed to be in person today, but Mr. Gianni is planning on waiving his right to the preliminary exam.
All right.
It's okay.
And prosecutor agreeing?
I'm just checking to see if any of the witnesses showed up, Your Honor.
Say that again.
Oh, there's Mr. Magazine.
Oh, there. Which case is he on?
Carmen Kitchen.
Kitchen.
Oh, kitchen. That's the next.
You ready? Is that kitchen yours, Chris?
Yes, okay.
Yeah. All right, all kitchen.
Calling case number 1660825, People versus Carmen Kitchen. Defendant is charged with count 1, forgery license document plate. This matter's up for an exam.
Hi, good morning, Your Honor. Good morning to your wonderful staff. May it please this honorable court, Reginald Andrea, P number 80354, appearing on behalf of the people. To my right stands Trooper Eric Whitcomb of the Michigan State Police, and I have a white skip this case.
All right. Can't hear you, Mr. Magazine.
Sorry about that. Good morning, Your Honor. Mark Magidson on behalf of Carmen Kitchen, who is present. I am not physically present due to the fact that I had exposure to a person who tested positive to COVID-19 about 3 days ago. So I'm told I need to self-quarantine for a period of time. So with Ms. Carmen's permission, I will appear via Zoom or with the court's permission.
All right. You physically feel well enough to do the exam?
Yeah, no, I'm not experiencing any symptoms. I am supposed to get a test today at 2 p.m. at the Detroit testing facility.
All right, the court will allow you to appear via Zoom, excuse me. Are we ready to proceed?
Your Honor, people are ready. I discussed this matter with Mr. Magnuson. There was an offer on the table to the 90-day misdemeanor unlawful use. I'm not sure he ever had an opportunity to discuss it with his client. Clearly, they can't just break out me now.
I believe I tendered that offer to Miss Kitchen. I tried to reach her this morning, but couldn't. So
Okay.
I'm not sure she's aware of that. I believe she is.
All right, let's try to do it this way. Reggie, I'm gonna ask you and OIC to step out the hall. We're gonna go out the record. I'm gonna step out the hallway. Mr. Magnuson? You just lost him. All right, Mr. Magnuson?
Yes,
you hear me?
yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, the prosecutor and the officer, the trooper, are both gonna step out. I'm gonna step out, and that'll give you an opportunity to at least have a semi-confidential, conversation with your client.
Perfect.
And we'll be right back.
Your Honor,
I appreciate it, Judge. Thank you.
For Mr. Magnusson's recollection, the offer is 256, which is a 90-day misdemeanor for unlawful use of a license plate. There will be no sentencing agreement. That will be left up to the sentencing judge, Judge Bryan, to determine after she reviews a PSI. So, and any fines and costs associated with that as well. So that's pretty much the extent of the offer. I didn't have it written up because I never heard back from Mr. Magnuson.
Okay. Let me just ask you this: you would oppose immediate sentencing?
No, we can't. I cannot do immediate sentencing. It has to go to Judge Bryan.
I see. Okay, very well.
Okay. Well, we're gonna step out. We're gonna go off the record.
Hello, Miss Kitchen. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, let me ask you this. I had there was an issue that came up because I was exposed to this virus, and I tried reaching you this morning on your cell phone. Did you get any of my calls or text messages?
No, my cell phone was stolen. Like a week
Oh,
ago.
okay. That explains it. Okay, so you have no phone at all anymore?
No, I use my mom's phone.
Could you write that down for me? I mean, tell me what that is.
313
Yep,
971
yep.
6028.
Okay. Okay, I believe it, and I frankly, I don't know, I didn't see my notes here, but I think I had conveyed that offer to you before, but I'm not 100% sure. Basically, you're charged with a felony, stolen license plate, so forth, and they are willing to reduce this down to a misdemeanor. There'd probably be some fines and costs, and you would not have any type of felony record. But so I just want to make sure that, number one, you understand that, and number two, you know, whether you're willing to accept it or reject it.
What is the terms of the misdemeanor? Like,
Misdemeanor would be, you know, it's just that a felony precludes you. I don't know if you have any. I don't know what your felony history is, but a felony could, if you're convicted, a felony could preclude you from getting certain types of jobs or have certain type of licensing. It could even preclude you from getting certain types of federally subsidized housing or other types of assistance, student loans. So I always recommend, as a general rule, that if I can get a felony reduced to a misdemeanor, and it doesn't, violate. I mean, and if the likelihood of there's a chance that you could get convicted of the felony. I always suggest that you take that opportunity because it's there's a big difference between a misdemeanor and a felony. For instance, I had a couple of misdemeanors on my record when I became before becoming a lawyer, and that misdemeanors didn't preclude me from becoming a lawyer. Had I had a felony, I would have been precluded. So at any rate, that's I'm throwing that out to you just for your own edification. So I think he's saying that if you you'd have to admit to using a wrong license plate on your, when you were driving the car.
I admit to it being on the vehicle, but I didn't put it there. So I don't know.
Okay, well, so you could admit that you used a vehicle knowing that that somebody else had put a bad plate on the car.
Right.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Then do you want to accept this offer of the,
What is the offer though?
well, the offer is to plead guilty to unlawfully using improper plate on a motor vehicle.
And what are they? I don't know how to explain it.
Okay, let me just back up. So like when you drive a car, you have to have what's called a license plate. It's put on the back.
He said 90 days and all that.
Okay, all right. So the penalty, for instance, the penalty for jaywalking, or let's say littering, the penalty for littering is 90 days in jail. That's the maximum, or $500 fine. Unless you have done it 1,000 times before, the likelihood of you getting any jail time on a case like this is very remote. But they have to tell you what the penalty is. So the penalty that you're faced with now is a 5-year felony, meaning that you could go to the maximum time you could face in prison is 5 years. So they have to tell you what the minimum or the maximum fine or penalty would be. In this case, it's what's called a 90-day misdemeanor. It's the same as an assault and battery or any of these other misdemeanors. The maximum penalty is 90 days. And they have to, so that doesn't mean you get 90 days. The likelihood is that you will get no jail time. The likelihood is that you'll probably be given a fine and, maybe put on probation, but it's probably unlikely. I can't guarantee you what the judge is going to do.
Okay.
So that, so that's it. So you will have to admit to the judge that I used a car knowing that the license plate wasn't proper. And that's it.
Okay.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me do one other thing. The judge will advise you that you have certain constitutional rights. You have a right to a jury trial. You have a right to cross-examine witnesses. You have a right to testify. You have a right to remain silent. You have a right to not to have that silence used against you, cross-examine witnesses, and all of those other things, including subpoena witnesses on your behalf. So you're going to be giving up all of your constitutional rights in exchange for what's called a plea reduction. The prosecution is reducing the plea or the case from a felony to a misdemeanor. Okay? So he's going to explain that to you. And he'll ask you, has anybody forced you or promised you anything other than we've stated on the record? And the answer is no, in that you're doing this freely and voluntarily. Okay? All right. So, all right. I think, Officer, I think we're ready to proceed with with this case. So, Mr. Prosecutor, we are, Ms. Kitchen has decided to avail herself of this plea offer and accept the unlawful use of a plate, I guess.
Okay, Juanita, I just emailed you a blank plea form. Could you please print that for me?
Wait ahead of you, it's right here.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, so Mark, I'm gonna go ahead and start filling this out. I'll let your client execute it, and we'll have the court sign on your behalf.
Okay. Ms. Kitchen, if there's anything on that plea form you don't understand, just holler out to me, okay?
No, I'm gonna write a plea form.
All right. Judge, just to bring you up to speed, we have Ms. Kitchen has decided to avail herself of that offer, and we're going to proceed with a plea at this time.
Okay.
never signed?
Yeah, you're just signing them now, make sure I go over it with them. Yes.
Mr. Magnuson said the court has its consent to sign on his behalf as well.
All right, back on the record on 1660825, and that's people of the state of Michigan versus Carmen Sanique Kitchen.
Regional Manager, Appeal number 80354, appear on behalf of the people.
And Mark Magidson on behalf of Ms. Kitchen, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Kitchen, there's an offer, my understanding you're willing to accept is for one count of unlawful use, which is a 90-day misdemeanor. People agreed to dismiss the original count. Defendant plead to reduce count one, unlawful use, per agreement, reaching case number 1606082501. No sentence agreement, discretion of sentencing judge after review of PSI fines and costs, fees to be paid where applicable. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Okay, raise your right hand. You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes.
All right, ma'am, you understand that by pleading guilty to giving up certain constitutional rights? You're giving up the right to a trial by judge or jury, you understand that?
Yes.
You give up the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, you understand that?
Yes.
You give up the right to question and confront any witnesses the state has against you and use the court's subpoena power to force any witnesses you may have to come to court and testify on your behalf. You understand that?
Yes.
You also give up the right to be presumed innocent. Sorry to that. You give up the right to remain silent, not have evidence used against you, or the right to testify at your own trial if you so decide. You understand that?
Yes.
You understand all these rights I've just gone over?
Yes.
You had an opportunity to talk to your attorney about all these rights.
Yes.
You freely and voluntarily waive these rights to plead guilty because you are guilty.
Yes.
All right, I will take your leave.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Ms. Kitchen, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. I just need you to answer loudly for the record. I'm taking you back to the date of March 22nd, 2016. On that date, were you in the area of eastbound 7 Mile Road near I-75 in the city of Detroit, County of Wayne?
Yes.
And on that date, were you in possession of a, I'm sorry, it's right there. On that day, were you driving a motor vehicle?
No.
Were you a passenger in a vehicle?
Yes.
On that vehicle, was there attached a license plate?
Yes.
Were you the owner of that vehicle?
Yes.
Were you aware that that license plate did not belong to that particular vehicle?
Yes.
People are satisfied, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Your Honor.
All right, court will accept the plea. Matter will be referred to the probation department for a pre-sentence investigation report. They'll come back for sentencing before Judge Bryant on
December 2nd at 9 a.m.
December 2nd at 9:00 a.m.
Judge, will that be by Zoom?
I believe she is doing them all by Zoom, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait for the paperwork.
So, Ms. Kitchen, you gotta wait for some paperwork. We're gonna send you downstairs to probation, I'm not, you're gonna telephone number.
Well, Judge, the probation is not open at this time, so they will contact her once I send referral.
All right, and we gotta make sure we got a number.
Okay.
Okay? So.
Ms. Kitchen, you're gonna have to give them your mother's number. Ms. Kitchen's cell phone was stolen and she hasn't been able to replace it.
Okay.
All right, just make sure we got a number we can contact, so they can contact you.
Okay.
Does this conclude this matter, Judge?
Yes, it does, thank you.
Ms. Kitchen, I'll be in touch with you.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Take care.
All right, you too now.
Can I have a copy of that on plea form for the file?
Sure.
My
Are we ready on the last one this morning?
People are ready, Judge.
Next is ready,
Gianni? 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 All right.
All right, thank you, everyone. Have a great day. See you.
You can call back on. Gianni.
Calling case number 2058719, People versus Wilson Gianni, defendant number 2. Defendant number 2 is charged in count 2, carrying a concealed weapon. In this matter, it's up on exam. Barbara calls me.
Judge, Franklin appearing on behalf of the people.
Ali Shado, P77614, on behalf of Mr. Gianni.
All right. Mr. Gianni, Miss or Miss?
Mr.
Mister. State your name for the record, please.
Nathan Gianni Wilson Durham.
All right, you're gonna have to move the camera back a little bit so we can see your whole face. Thank you. And you're wearing a t-shirt. Okay. Mr. Gianni, I don't do t-shirts in my courtroom.
No t-shirts.
I don't do t-shirts, I don't do sweats, you dress for court. If you can't dress for court, I dress you. I got one way to do that. I send you to Wayne County Jail. They put you in green. Is that what I gotta do to get my respect?
No.
Then you dress for court. It doesn't matter if it's on Zoom or you're in person, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. What's your pleasure, counsel?
Your Honor, Mr. Gianni, after explaining the procedure of a preliminary exam and burden for the people, has decided to waive his right to the preliminary exam.
No objection, Judge.
You need a silent counsel, I'm signing on behalf of your client, too.
May I approach?
Yes, sir. You sign anything?
Yeah.
Which law?
Should I print it?
No, just put your initials next to this. Where you sign it. All right, thank you. All right, so people have no objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, Mr. Gianni, you understand that you have a statutory right to a preliminary exam where the state must show by probable cause a crime was committed and probable cause you had something to do with committing that crime. You understand
Yes,
that,
sir.
sir? Anybody promise you anything or threaten you in any way to get you to waive your right to preliminary exam?
No.
I didn't hear you.
No.
All right, you're waiving your right freely and voluntarily after having opportunity to talk to your attorney about it.
Yes, sir.
All right, court will find that you freely and voluntarily waive your right to preliminary exam. That is bound over the Wayne County District Court Criminal Division for arraignment on the information, which will be November 18th at 9:00 a.m.
Okay. In court or on Zoom?
In front of which judge?
I have, this says Shalinski. So, it'll probably be on Zoom.
Okay.
So just keep in touch with your attorney, and he'll be able to tell you.
Okay, thank
All
you.
right? All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yep, thank you.
All right, you too.
All right, we're back in 1 second.